channel after news channel after news channel. Ever wonder why they report the same news? This is Wake Up America.
Brought to you by Citizen Stringer.
The media has become absolute lunacy. What makes us different? We just tell the truth. Daily headlines, politics, social issues, focusing on headlines that the mainstream media ignores. Conservative to the core and honest, sometimes to a fault. Unapologetically American. Welcome to Wake Up America with your host, Stephen Oatley.
Well, hello. Let's get this all switched over. How you guys doing today? My name is Steve. This show is called Wake Up America. Today we're talking about the Democrat lows. The new lows, they go deeper and deeper down into the barrel of shite every single day, and today is no different. Well, actually, today is pretty different. I think we stuck to a new low. Even my wife said they do it all the time, right? And I said, yeah, they just don't normally get caught. They got caught today, and we're going to talk about that. It's probably not going to be a long show. I'll be honest. I am completely beat. I'm exhausted. I've been waiting because the Pete Santilli show was good, so I've actually just been sitting here listening to it for the past hour. Because if you guys didn't know, on Citizen Stringer TV, and that's on both our live streaming platform, citizenstringer.tv, and then on our Rumble 24-hour channel, we have Pete Santilli on for 5 hours, well, actually 4 hours a day. He's on from 8 to 10 in the morning, and then he's also on from 6 to 8 p.m. With live episodes Monday through Friday. So that's pretty awesome. If you are unfamiliar with him, go check out his show. It's pretty good. But yeah, it's been an interesting day. I packed a bunch of the October mystery boxes. I ran out of paper, the paper for the shipping labels. So I got that now. So it was at my house. So I'm going to be sending that out. Most of those boxes will go out tomorrow. I realized that there are 3 boxes of coffee I didn't send out yesterday or something. So those will go out tomorrow as well by 12. So whatever I have, I'm going to make sure I bring it to the post office by 12. So a lot of you guys are going to get shipping notifications for tomorrow. And I tell you what, these Patriot boxes / mystery boxes for October are going to probably be the best ones that we've done so far. I'm literally excited packing them. Because it's cool shit. I know if I opened it up, I'd be like, yeah! Like, the only thing, it doesn't have stickers and patches in it because they didn't come yet. But it's got everything else, and they are dope. They really are. So they'll be going and getting sent out. And David, I think I've answered your question like 15 times, bro. 15. Literally like 15 times. Didn't I give you a credit too? So I'm kind of confused as to what's going on. Dave, why don't you send me an email, bud? I'll just refund your money. All right? Send me an email. Because it's just, I'm forgetting. It's my fault, but damn, bro. I swear, didn't I give you a credit? Anyway, yeah, but these are October boxes. The November boxes are going to be delayed. The first 50 that are going out in November are going to be delayed because I got to have the challenge coins in them. So I should have the challenge coins early this week or next week, and then I'll send them out. And then those will go out. But yeah. Let's jump right into this shit story. Today's going to be a quick one. If you can't tell, I'm ready to punch someone in the mouth. So sorry, David, you just got it. It's the end of the week. I'm tired, and I got all sorts of stuff. I got to print a shit ton of stuff this weekend, get everything all set. We got our new designs in today, so some of those will be out. Like I immediately just printed this one, the sweatshirt. Let's go, Brandon. So I'm going to have 47 others. So they're going to be limited edition ones. And I don't know if I'm going to make the sweatshirts or if I'll just do them all with t-shirts with the Pure Truth logo on the sleeve. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we're doing a lot. All the boxes will be all set. You know, we're finally getting caught up on all this shit. It's It's good. But we have 5 new designs, all limited quantities, though. We have 4 dozen of each design. So you'll see them on the website tomorrow, and you'll get to order your shirt color, too. So it's going to be different. You're going to have to pay attention. I would say by 1 o'clock tomorrow. By 1 o'clock, go to Pure Truth Clothing, click on New Designs, because I'm going to make a tab that says New Designs, a new category, and you can go in there and see all the new designs that we have, and just it'll say like new designs, and then the shirt, it'll say printed in Virginia, because that means that it's here, because we are going to use a special fulfillment guy that's going to, white label shirts for us. Those will take a little bit longer to ship, but they're much higher quality than some of the other shirts that we were using through the drop vendors. So we're going to be doing that as well. But yeah, I have 48 of the Let's Go Brandons left, 47 of them. So, and I can't do the sleeves. That's the reason I can't do the sleeve print, and I really want to do those as much as I can. And it's, maybe I'll figure it out tomorrow. But Tim said you love the upgrade. Cool. Yeah. I mean, this is, I could load up that video for anyone that hasn't seen it. And because I did a walkthrough of our store. We actually have a retail store now here in Virginia. So, and the camera angles are different. So I got this big camera. I can zoom in like that. Some bit, you know what I mean? I also have this camera angle right there. And then I've got, this one here, which is going to be like here's the news. Sit back and talk about it. Let's talk about it. And then I have the chair in the background that I just don't use because it sucks and it's very uncomfortable. But maybe if I ever have a guest here or something, they could be there and I'll just turn one of the cameras. But yeah, someone said if you were watching Pete, he's still up on his Facebook page. Yeah, he always will be. It's part of the deal that I have with him that we cut him off at 8 o'clock. His whole show is actually going to be live after this show. You will see it all on demand, his whole 3-hour evening show. I'll make sure that I keep updating that as much. But yeah, we'll have that. All right, so let's talk about this crap that went on today in Virginia. You guys may not have seen it. You may not have been paying attention to it. But today in Virginia, there was a group of people. Let me see what the easiest. I'll just show you guys the pictures. So there was a group of people that showed up to a Glenn Youngkin rally. Now, you may be wondering why. Okay, why did they show up? Why did they show up? Why are they dressed like that? And what's with the tiki torches? Okay, so in case, and here's the thing is they all said, yeah, we're with Glenn Youngkin. We're with Glenn Youngkin. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is no, they weren't for Glenn Youngkin. But you have to look back to 2017, Charlottesville. It was a big neo-Nazi, white nationalism, white supremacist, KKK bullshit, rally, a protected First Amendment speech. I believe hate speech shouldn't be protected, but that's just me. They held a rally. Someone died. Someone drove their car in and killed a woman. And it was violent, super violent. Now, the reason why they came out with Glenn Youngkin is because Terry McAuliffe, if you live in Virginia, you saw, while we ate dinner tonight, we counted 8 campaign ads. 8 campaign ads while we're watching the local news. 8 separate campaign ads. Insane. And that's Youngkin yelling at McAuliffe, McAuliffe yelling at Youngkin, Youngkin yelling at McAuliffe, McAuliffe yelling at Youngkin. And again, just like I talked about last night, no real actual policy issues. They didn't talk about anything. They're just, either defending themselves or yelling at each other. That's all they were doing. And they just kept going back and forth. So this morning in Charlottesville, these bozos showed up. And if you can't tell, there's one black dude in the middle. You got a chick that's she's got her hair all tucked. I guess she was trying to be a guy. You got a guy on the far corner. And then you got this guy that's on the far left-hand side of your screen. Now, immediately, everyone's like, this is an op. This is fake. It's a hoax. These are Democrats. That's what everyone was saying right away. It's a gimmick. That's what they were saying it was. For one, because we already know. Here's the thing, because if you're privy to the McAuliffe ads, and again, the news isn't showing the big ads. Maybe they are now, but they weren't showing just how much Terry McAuliffe was pushing this Donald Trump thing. They kept pushing it. They kept pushing it. Donald Trump, Glenn Youngkin was proud, and they're playing this ad where Glenn Youngkin said, "I'm proud to have the endorsement of Donald Trump." And he says that, and so they're McAuliffe is playing this campaign ad, trying to just get all the Virginia voters to be like, okay, well, we don't like McAuliffe's policies, but Glenn Youngkin is Trump. We're not going to vote for him. That's the idea that McAuliffe is doing, and he's trying to put it in. So these guys show up at a rally this morning. And of course, my first response was a little bit bitter because of what happened yesterday with the rally in Augusta. So my first response was calling out the shitty reporter who took a picture, a different photo than this, but she took a picture of these guys and said, look what showed up in Charlottesville or something, without actually walking up and saying, why are you guys here? Like, what are you doing? What do you stand for? What are you doing here? I mean, they're all carrying tiki torches. Like me, if I was driving by, even if I didn't have a camera, I would have stopped and been like, what the hell are you guys doing here? You look stupid as shit with your little tiki torches in the pouring rain. You see how their shirts are see-through? You probably can't see it. I'm still looking at it. Their shirts are see-through because it was downpouring. It was 63 degrees and downpouring outside. They must have been freezing. Anyway, so the images were shared to Twitter. They went viral right away, and it just kept going on and on and on. They just kept, everyone kept talking about it and showing it, and everybody knew it was fake. I mean, anybody with a brain was like, holy crap, that's not real. It's just not real at all. They're all wearing Trump hats. One guy's wearing an NRA hat. You know what I mean? It's clear as day. It's fake. It's an op. And they're saying white supremacists, but they wouldn't show this photo, the photo with them all zoomed in. They didn't show this photo because that would show that there's, a woman there. They said it was all men, which is incorrect. There's a woman. Well, maybe her proper pronoun isn't woman anymore. I don't know. But then there's obviously a black dude there. But they still labeled him a white supremacist, and apparently that's possible, because the left does that all the time. The left is called, I've watched it on our live streams, they call Quincy, the black conservative preacher, a white supremacist, even though he's black. I mean, he's black, but it's crazy. So they were pushing that agenda all the while, and I'm thinking to myself, as soon as I saw the tweet before it even had 100 retweets, because I'm following these people I'm following a lot of journalists here in Virginia for the next stage of what we want to do with Citizen Stringer, where I just start swallowing up everybody. So I'm following a local journalists and anchors, and so I saw it when it was about 100 retweets. So before it kind of went viral, and I think I tweeted it out, and I'm like, this is nuts. Like, this is nuts. No matter how you look at it, obviously this is fake. And how could a reporter not ask any damn questions? How many all right, David, I think I already answered you, bud. Send me an email. We don't need to keep going on. You're lucky I just saw it. It's because you just wrote a novel in the chat, so it caught my attention. Because obviously now I stopped my show to address you. So just send me an email and I'll try to reply when I get a chance. I'm bad at replying to emails. Send it to social@PT News Network, and April will remind me if it's an email that I need to see. Anyway, where was I? So I'm watching online. I'm seeing what's going on. And then all of a sudden, they identify this guy on the far right-hand side of your screen. This little guy there. They identify him. Now, it's all alleged right now because everyone's denying involvement. But I forgot what his name was, but apparently he's the director of financing for the Virginia Young Democrats. So... Oh, and it's funny. They identify him, and within 20 minutes, or within like 20 seconds of him being publicly identified and his account being posted online, he blocks his account off and makes it so nobody can say anything, and nobody could talk to him, and you can't see his tweets. But by then, his name's already known. And then so that I was like, holy shit, it's an op. But not only is it an op of people that just don't like Glenn Youngkin, it's an op of people that are literally campaigning for the benefit of somebody else. You know what I mean? They're literally these guys work for a living for a Democrat nonprofit. It's so crazy. The Lincoln Project didn't do this. They're just they're eating it. That's what they're doing. Because three of the five people that are pictured right here on the screen all have association with the same group, and it's not the Lincoln Project. So my personal belief is the Lincoln Project is the one falling on the sword on this, because they already have a horrible reputation. They're tied to pedophilia. Okay, for Christ's sake. So the Lincoln Project is just, they're already shitty. Nobody cares about them. So for them just to say, this was something we did, okay, it doesn't change my mind that people knew about this and people were involved, and I don't even think the Lincoln Project had anything to do with it. To be completely honest, I don't. But here's one of the funny things about it. So then the girl that's there was identified. She's originally from Arizona. On her page, she had all this stuff about how she helped Joe Biden and Kamala Harris win Arizona. Now, she also did the same thing. She also did the same thing where she deleted her social media. And I know you're saying, like, I mean, have you ever known an innocent person to delete their social media? Now, she was hesitant about doing it. So she blocked up her social media. She tried to change her name. She tried to change her like Twitter tag. So trying to change everything so people wouldn't know it's still her because she didn't want to lose all her followers. But then she ended up just nuking the whole thing. Then she went over to LinkedIn, did the same thing, although she doesn't realize LinkedIn, like, archives it for a little bit because the domain name has your actual name on LinkedIn, so people were able to still find it. She did it with Instagram, I believe, too, and nuked it as well. But it's so funny. And now there's some speculation that the guy on the far left side of the screen here, that he was pictured with the Terry McAuliffe campaign in a suit. There's all sorts of weird shit. But ultimately, what we know now is that at least two, they've kind of said that the black dude looks like another guy that works for the Virginia Young Democrats or whatever. But I don't really see it there. I'm kind of almost going with they just picked a picture of a black dude that works there. But you just can't make this shit up. Like, this is the most grimy thing ever. You know, they tried to do it, and then the who was it? The Lincoln Project puts out this tweet. Maybe an hour ago, 2 hours ago, they put out a statement saying, today the Lincoln Project released the following statement. Glenn Youngkin has said President Trump represents so much of why I'm running. Youngkin proves it every day by trying to divide Virginians using racial code words like critical race theory and supporting a ban on teaching the works of America's only black Nobel laureate. The Lincoln Project has run advertisements highlighting the hate unleashed in Charlottesville, as well as Glenn Youngkin's continued failure to denounce Donald Trump's very fine people on both sides, which we'll do in a second. We will continue to draw this contrast and broadcast videos on our social media platforms and at Youngkin rallies. Today's demonstration was our way of reminding Virginians what happened in Charlottesville 4 years ago. The Republican Party's embrace of those values and Glenn Youngkin's failure to condemn it. The Youngkin campaign is enraged by the remainder of Charlottesville, is enraged by our reminder of Charlottesville for one simple reason. Glenn Youngkin wants Virginians to forget that he is Donald Trump's candidate. I mean, this sounds exactly like the campaign ads from, that Terry McAuliffe has running for him. We will continue to hold Glenn Youngkin accountable if he will denounce Trump's assertion that Charlottesville rioters possess very fine qualities. We'll withdraw the tiki torches. Until then, we'll be back. I'm so tempted to go to every single fucking Youngkin rally this weekend. Just follow them around, just so I could see these bozos if they're planning on showing back up. And I think I may still go to the rally, even if, because the Glenn Youngkin press team, like, shout out to you guys for really just being shady as shit, because they still haven't messaged me back. Not even an apology on what happened yesterday, but saying, hey, yeah, we are confirming you will get in for press coverage on the 1st. Not even doing it. They just don't want to. I'm going to send them a text message again. They probably are pissed off because I kind of roasted them a little bit last night and their boy Danny. But that's kind of either here nor there. It ticks me off because you turn away conservative media and then you get the media coverage that you got today. Do you understand that? Like, they literally turned away conservative media yesterday. Me said that I can't come in. I'm not on the list when I already corresponded with the press company. And then you got liberal ass journalists today that tweet out pictures without any context of a story representing that Glenn Youngkin is for all this stuff. It's so stupid. So stupid. Why don't all you guys tweet the Trump or the Youngkin team? Everyone tweet him all day. Call him. I don't care. And say, hey, reply to Citizen Stringer. We want to go. We want to be able to see this rally on the 1st. I want to be able to go and cover the rally on the 1st. It's very frustrating to me. It's very frustrating. CRT should not be taught in any school. You are darn right. All right, but so here's the thing. So everybody, the Terry McAuliffe has been going off on this whole Charlottesville very fine people thing. Everybody does it, but see, that is the big lie. That's not real. It's fake. That's the whole thing that they keep saying is saying that he called them very fine people. I'm going to play his explanation, okay? And it's about 4 minutes long. This is a whole interview. And I'll probably get copywritten for this, but fuck it, who cares? Because we report the news here, and they copyright it to get it taken down. Oh, and what's with Newsmax always copywriting my stuff? Okay, like, I know maybe it's because it's Wake Up America and you stole my show name and you started your own morning show a year after I did called Wake Up America. But guess what? I don't care. You're not going to be able to copyright me, and I win every single copyright. So why don't you cut it out? It's like 15 of them. But anyway, yeah, Glenn Youngkin is holding a rally, I guess, right now. And that's what everyone keeps saying. Do you guys want to see the rally, or do you want to hear me finish what I'm saying? Because I'll show the rally, but then I'm done after, because like I already said. Been a long day, dude. I'm ready to F somebody up right now, dude.
Finally, again, I don't want to presuppose or anything.
Hold on, let me put this over here.
Amazing Commonwealth of Virginia. God bless you all. God bless
It's over. All right, it's over. All right, so there. We missed his whole rally, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to play this little clip here. This clip is a conversation about that Donald Trump was having with the press, explaining his very fine people. Now, this clip is out there. Everybody could see this. Every journalist should see this. Everybody should see it. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. They don't do it. They keep doing the lie. Like, you want to talk about a big lie? This whole story about this very fine people, or the losers and suckers, or what the hell does he say? The rapists and all this stuff about the the media just literally leaves out the context. It's not like they're just like forgetting that it's there. They literally chop up sound bites of this man, and now they've set like this precedent. So they do it. You know, Ted Cruz the other day, oh, he was defending Nazis. No, he wasn't. What he was doing was defending the rights of a parent to stand up and tell people that they're acting like Nazis, which they are. when you're restricting speech and all that stuff, that's literally what they're doing. Anyway, listen to this speech from Trump. All right.
Calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious, and it was horrible, and it was a horrible thing to watch. But there is another side. There was a group on this side, you can call them the left, or you've just called them the left, that came violently attacking the other group. So you can say what you want, but that's the way it is.
It's on both sides, sir. You said there was hatred, there was violence on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. And if you reported it accurately, you would say.
Kill the person. Heather hired Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me. They didn't put themselves down as you. And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group. Excuse me. I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name. George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, are we going to take down statues to George Washington? How about Thomas Jefferson? What do you think of Thomas Jefferson? You like him? Okay, good. Are we going to take down the statue? Because he was a major slave owner. Now we're going to take down his statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history. You're changing culture. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now, in the other group also, you had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers, and you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats. You had a lot of bad people in the other group too.
Treated unfairly, sir. I'm sorry, I just didn't understand what you were saying. You were saying the press has treated white nationalists unfairly? No, I just didn't understand what you were saying.
No. There were people in that rally, and I looked the night before.
People are so stupid.
They were people protesting very quietly. the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. I'm sure in that group there were some bad ones. The following day, it looked like they had some rough, bad people, neo-Nazis, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them. But you had a lot of people in that group that were there to innocently protest and very legally protest because, you know, I don't know if you know, they had a permit. The other group didn't have a permit. So I only tell you this. There are two sides to a story. I thought what took place was a horrible moment for our country, a horrible moment. But there are two sides to the country. Does anybody have a final? Does anybody have? You have an infrastructure.
What makes you think you can get an infrastructure bill? You didn't get health care.
Well, you know, I'll tell you. We came very close with health care. Unfortunately, John McCain decided to vote against it at the last minute. You'll have to ask John McCain why he did that. But we came very close to health care. We will end up getting health care. But we'll get the infrastructure, and actually infrastructure is something that I think will have bipartisan support on. I actually think Democrats will go along with the infrastructure.
It's crazy. It's absolutely nutty. The fact, because that video is widely out there. It literally, I typed in Donald Trump, very fine people, and that's the first video that shows up. Everybody wants to pretend like he didn't say what he said. Or that he just said that neo-Nazis are very fine people. That's not what he said. He said there are very fine people on both sides. Both sides. So if you're saying that, so how come we're not hearing the argument that Donald Trump said Antifa were very fine people? Because that's who was attacking them. The far left, which they were all dressed in black bloc, that was Antifa. How come the media isn't going out and saying, well, Donald Trump called Antifa very fine people? Why? Because he didn't. He didn't, so they're not going to say that because he didn't say it. But for some reason, they have no problem aligning him with bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing they're doing with the January 6th thing. Trying to say you had that one police officer. I have myself hundreds of hours worth of footage that I've reviewed about the January 6th event. Not a single time did I hear one racial epithet. You have one cop that says he was called the N-word. One cop that says he was called the N-word, and then they say it was a white supremacist mob. My bet, and I'll go on the record and say this. My personal belief is that one cop who said he was called the N-word lied. And he lied under oath, and I think he had a body camera. Maybe, actually, I bet he didn't, right? Because Capitol Police didn't have body cameras at that time. But if he did have a body camera, release that body camera footage. They're not going to. You can FOIA request all the police footage all day, and they're not giving it out. But I guarantee that body camera footage doesn't have anyone calling him the N-word, because I watched hours and hours and hours of footage. It never happened. But yet they say it was a white supremacist mob that stormed the Capitol. They say that if you go to a Trump rally, you're a white supremacist. You heard that. The Daily Show or whatever, with the stupid idiot that does it. And then you got the guy that goes around to all the Trump rallies just being stupid. That guy, he was talking about white supremacy and all that stuff while he's walking around the Trump rally in Iowa. I'm not a white supremacist. And he's saying, oh, the people that come here are white supremacists or they're, mentally challenged. No, we come there because we believe in America and we want him. We want the best thing for America. I personally don't even care if it's Donald Trump. I want an American in office, not a career politician. And it's not to say that career politicians aren't American, but they don't hold the same American values that you and I have. They don't. And that's plain and simple. I don't care who it is. They don't. You can't hold that office and stay in that office for more than 2 terms if you do hold the same values that I do. You can't. It's impossible. I can tell you that with 100% certainty, because the first time someone gets up and says something about you, for example, let's pretend just for a second that I was Ted Cruz, okay? So let's pretend for a second that people started saying that when I clearly didn't, when Ted Cruz's speech, and I should have had that queued up, where he was talking about the father at the school board meeting. The father at the school board meeting that did a Nazi salute. Now, he didn't do a Nazi salute saying, oh, I'm a Nazi. No, he did a Nazi salute to say that you're telling us that we have to blindly follow a school board. And then he did the salute. Meaning, you guys are being Nazis. You're telling us that we have to do things that we don't want to do. And it's not even that you're telling us, you're imposing those restrictions. And so he does a salute. So Ted Cruz explains that. And then the media and the left-wing mob of verified Twitter accounts that Twitter doesn't go after. They go online and say that he's defending Nazis, and he's defending Germany. He's defending Hitler. I even saw one verified account say that. Not a single one will actually provide the entire context of what happened and why he was talking about what he was talking about. Not a single person does that. And that's the way. That's why we live in this world. That's why we are where we are, because the media doesn't care and nobody holds the media accountable. Nobody does. Like, for example, if I was at a rally and that lady that was there that took that picture was there, I would ask her, why didn't you just provide context of the picture you took? Did you know that you were stoking division and fear and all that stuff in everybody else? Or was that the actual goal of it? Was it to get some traction on your Twitter account so you went from 500 followers to 7? Yay. Was that what it was for? Or is it actually, or did you just do a shitty job reporting? You're a shitty journalist. Is that what it is? Because that's what happened today. A journalist took a photo, put it up online and said, look what showed up to the Glenn Youngkin rally. Anyone with a brain will know that that's out of place and it doesn't make sense. They're holding tiki torches. It's fucking pouring outside. The reason they're doing it was a show. A lot of people are calling it stunt. That wasn't a stunt. That was a hoax. And you know why it was a hoax? Because some of the participants that say or claim to be involved in this literally were tweeting about it, acting surprised that it even happened. One of the alleged participants in this actually retweeted this out in saying, I can't believe this is happening. Glenn Youngkin is stoking divide. At that point, it no longer is a stunt. At that point, it's a hoax. At that point, it should be criminal. At that point, the left should be attacking these white supremacist scumbags, right? Wouldn't you think that's what they're doing? Because here's the thing. You can't wear blackface. Right? That's a super racist thing, right? They've tried to cancel Trudeau. They tried to cancel the Northam. They tried to cancel all these people. Not hard enough because they're Democrats, but they've gone after them for that. How come you're not going to go after people that are dressing up as white supremacists or white nationalists at an event? How come you're not going after them? Is it just it's not a stunt? I don't want anybody in my chat to call that a stunt. I want to call that a hoax, potentially criminal. What that's going to do is it's going to dissuade some person that doesn't watch my show, because the news isn't covering it. I watch my 6 o'clock news tonight, and I live in Virginia. I live in I get the news from DC, Virginia, the big news. So I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, they have to talk about this today. And yeah, they talked about the rallies that Youngkin had. They didn't talk about this. Not at all. So if you're on Twitter, you're going to see it because it's known as a hoax now. So even if the picture shows up, you can't even you would have to be stupid not to find out that this is fake. But what about the one person? I guarantee some newspaper article is going to have this, or even, and some are publishing it. Like the Vice called them low-level Democrat operatives. They literally are being truthful in their reporting, but being untruthful by saying they're low level. One of these people is alleged to be the director of financing for a nonprofit. Now, and what's crazy about it is what kind of innocent person would delete their social media accounts when they become the focus of an investigation? When a reporter actually contacts a person on their own personal cell phone and they contact their boss, the Virginia Democrat Association or whatever, who then calls that said reporter and said they work for me and they weren't involved in this. That's it. Drop it. What the hell? And for some reason, some people are just going along with it, being like, okay, well, you told us to drop it, so, well, much obliged. We're going to drop it. Doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. But I suppose I really shouldn't be surprised anymore. You know what I mean? I really shouldn't. It's all sad. It's all sad. This is politics now. That's what this is. This is politics in America. And it's one-sided, because if you had a bunch of people that did this, say you had a bunch of Trump supporters or a bunch of, you have a Trump flag wave and it's a white supremacist rally. Right? People yell at him. People hurl shit at him. These guys weren't assaulted, were they? They weren't assaulted. But what's crazy about it is, again, there's people. Laura Windsor is someone, she said, in my capacity as communications consultant, she worked with Project Lincoln to coordinate today's Youngkin action in Charlottesville. Where do we hear action? Direct action, all that shit. Antifa, right? So apparently this lady, Laura Windsor, L.A. Windsor on Twitter, she comes out, saying that she did this. And you can look at her Twitter page. As soon as it happened, before they announced that they were involved, she tweets out the surprise, and it's retweeted a couple of dozen times. Oh my God, look what these crazy racists are doing at a Youngkin rally. Then to find out she's one of the people that orchestrated it. If this is an election meddling, I don't know what you would call this. What would you call this? What is the goal of this? The goal of this was to deter people for voting for this man based on a flat out effing lie. Lincoln Project, not Project Lincoln. No, but if you pay attention, it's Project Lincoln on their Twitter page. So, according to her tweet, that's why I read it that way. So, get your shit straight. Don't try to fact check me because you'll get fact checked right out of my chat. No, not really. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And this lady apparently runs like a Democrat version of Project Veritas called, and she says, Project Veritas exposed, an online dossier with pictures of known O'Keefe operatives and associates. Liberal groups fearful that they've been infiltrated by someone working for O'Keefe can scour the database and compare job applications against pictures on the site. They all do the underhanded shit. They all do. And that's why I said, someone the other day, they're like, you're going to lose us if you say Project Veritas, that you don't like Project Veritas. Motherfucker, I don't care. I don't like the way Project Veritas does their shit. I don't. I think it's underhanded. I'm the kind of person that wants to go right up to your face and ask you a damn question, and I expect that you're going to give me an answer. Haven't you saw the interview with John Sullivan. You see it when I go out to the BLM protests in Augusta. I'm not shy. I'm not going to hide. Okay, I don't approve of going under. And plus, to be honest, I told you guys already about this. Project Veritas, I communicated with them about this whole Nexus thing. And you know what they told me? They wouldn't help out the gym owners. They wouldn't help out Paige Hearn. They wouldn't help out anybody down there. Why? Because I covered it. They said they don't do stories that other people cover. Even though I said, well, you guys could retweet it and it would be huge. Retweet it so people actually pay attention. We can get these people their gym back. But no, they don't want to touch it. So to me, that's not journalism. Okay, that's guerrilla warfare is what it is. What they're doing now is guerrilla warfare. There's a need for it. Okay, there is a need for it. So I'm not trying to say that we don't. I just don't personally. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why are you going to try to lure two women out to a garage by saying their car got hit just so you can ambush them with questions? Fuck that. That's some dirty shit. No, what you do is you walk right into that building and you hold the camera out, just like he did in the California with the school board with the Antifa teacher. He walked right into that school asking questions until he was told to leave. That is the kind of journalism I support. Does that make sense? And I've already said, and I'll say it again, I firmly believe that right now, unfortunately, that's the type of journalism that is here, and we have to use it. But I'll never back it because it's just not what I think, dude. It's not what I agree with. It's underhanded shit. I don't like that. I want people to do, if you're gonna plot right in front of my face, have some courage. I guess that's what I call it, courage. Because I don't think it's courage if you're going undercover, hiding around and doing all that stuff. Because they're not law enforcement. They're, journalists. And they're not, whatever. And again, cover stories that need your help. Can you imagine if Project Veritas covered that Nexus story? Nexus would be shut down. All those people would be in jail. And that's what would have happened. But instead, they said, oh, we don't cover it because you covered it. And I sent it to Fox News, I sent it to Lara Logan, I sent it to all these people, and I'm like, why aren't you guys covering this? I emailed other media companies that we found through court records that have a connection to these guys. They still refused. Everybody refused to cover it. Nobody would cover it. And you know what? Nexus is still operating. Now they're doing a new documentary with the BLM 757 guy. That's another thing while we're talking about Glenn Youngkin and Terry McAuliffe. So that Jafari guy with BLM 757? He's a guy that, I don't know what the hell he's got all over him, tiger teeth and all that shit. He walks around and he jingles when he walks. Well, he posted something on his page, and you guys can all look at it, BLM757 on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. And I'll be honest, the guy seems like he actually cares about black lives. He's just an idiot. No offense to him, well, offense is given. I have a hard time taking someone seriously when you're wearing body armor without the plates in it because you're a convicted felon. You're not allowed to possess body armor. That kind of thing doesn't make a lot of sense. It's all about show at that point. Anyway, he posted out something yesterday thanking the McAuliffe campaign and Kamala Harris for giving him his VIP, invite to go to the McAuliffe rally tonight where they had the rapper dude, singer guy, incredibly talented. I forgot what his name is because I don't really care. But they had that guy there. And the funny thing about it is he then goes there to go in, and they ask for his vaccination status, and he said, I'm not vaccinated. And Lara Logan, not Lara Ingram, Lara Logan. Anyway, and then he goes in there, and they're like, you got to be vaccinated to go in here. And he's like, well, I'm not vaccinated. And they're like, you can't come in. And he flips out on him. He's like, I'm a VIP, blah, blah, blah. I run the biggest, BLM organization out here, blah, 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 blah. And apparently I got a message because I saw that video. That video's up on his Instagram page. And then I got a message a short time later saying apparently he went back and started fighting with the cops and he actually was arrested. So, and apparently he live streamed his arrest too, but that video's not available. So someone else is controlling his Instagram because he was able to take it down right away. But it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because I mean, it's weird because I'm conflicted, right? I'm conflicted because, well, one, he tried to go to a public event, right? And I know how this feels. I went to an event yesterday and I was refused, not because of vaccination status, because they believe in censoring your First Amendment, my First Amendment, the freedom of the press. That's what they did yesterday. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but that's exactly what happened yesterday when I went to that rally. They stifled my First Amendment. And I could sue them probably with 100% certainty, especially because I have emails from them. But I would never do that. What I would do, though, is expect a frickin' reply, guys. Just reply. Just say, yep, you're good. Send me an email. I've already got a phone number. I'm going to start blowing up your phone this weekend because I want to go cover that event on the 1st. I want to broadcast to you guys his rally on the 1st, even if it is only 20 minutes, but whatever. Yeah, so he was apparently arrested, so I thought that was kind of entertaining. But I felt conflicted because, he was standing up for his rights, which is what I stand for. I just don't like the guy, so it was weird because I'm like, yeah, he got arrested. I'm like, shit, he got arrested for doing exactly what I would have done in that scenario. Well, see, I don't know what actually happened when he was arrested, so I don't know. But he was understandably, he was pissed off because he was told he could go to an event, and then he found out that he can't go to an event because of a vaccination status. And maybe black people are starting to wake up that these vaccination mandates that are taking place, they are definitely, they are racist mandates. I don't think there's anyone in my chat right now that'll say a vaccine mandate does not disproportionately affect black people, because it 100% does. There's nobody that could say it doesn't. And that's why you have BLM actually marching out in New York City and starting to wake up a little bit, because they're like, holy shit, whoa, we literally marched all last year because black people were disproportionately killed by police, quotation marks because it's not true, but disproportionately killed by police more than white people and everybody else. These vaccine mandates, bro, they are disproportionately affecting us like a mofo. Like, you would think that they would be out there like every day. I said that like a month ago, and then guess what? New York City started actually waking up. New York City Black Lives Matter actually marched the other day with the NYPD and New York Fire Department and all those guys as they protest. I think they were out there today protesting as well. And they're marching with MAGAs and Trump supporters. And you see, it's fucking weird, dude. You see a guy with a Black Lives Matter, T-shirt on, and then you see a guy holding the "Don't Tread on Me" flag right next to him. Like, it's weird because they're not getting ready to beat the shit out of each other. What we've seen over the past year, that's what they do. They get ready to beat the shit out of each other. No, they're marching. And I said this was going to happen. If they put these mandates in place, and again, we have some big governor's races coming up. You got a governor race in New Jersey where all his advisors and everybody says that if he gets reelected, he's mandating it. So is Black Lives Matter New Jersey? Do they even have a Black Lives Matter New Jersey? But if they do, are they going to wake up? They should be protesting right now. New York City yesterday, they were protesting, and Black Lives Matter was throwing garbage over onto the lawn on his estate and all that stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen with anything. I think it would be rather interesting if people did actually start care about what they do, But I feel bad for Jafari in terms of getting locked out of a rally because he was Pharrell. That's who it was, because he was super excited to see Pharrell. And he said he had an invite from Kamala Harris. Why wasn't he allowed in? He's like, I'm a VIP. I heard him in the video, and I was like, no, bro, you're not. You're not. You ain't no VIP. But you know what? He didn't get in, and then he got arrested because he stood up for himself. I believe he dropped some expletives. He did automatically start with the race thing, saying it's black, but he didn't say, like, hey, do you know the vaccine mandate disproportionately affects black people? Like something that you could actually fact that. He just was like, you guys are being racist to a black cop, which didn't make it much sense at all, really. And then he walked up to two people. This just tells you how dirty some of these campaign staffers are on both sides, because he walked up to two people that clearly worked for the McAuliffe campaign. They had McAuliffe badges on, like the, press passes, just like the guy yesterday, Danny ass, just like him. So he clearly works for the campaign. And he walks up there and he's like, man, I'm on the VIP list. I got an email, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, no, we can't help you. You got to be vaccinated. And the guy's walking away and he's like, you should get vaccinated anyway. I was like, damn, bro, for the first time in a year and a half, 2 years almost, for the first time, I'm like, wish I was out there. I would have been like, Jafari, yo, this is fucked up, bro. And then he does what he does, and he started getting loud, and apparently he got arrested, and apparently fought with police and was screaming about getting hurt. So who knows? Hopefully he's okay. Even if he is a BLM scumbag that instigates shit left and right all over the country, all over the state, I still don't want anyone to get hurt. See, that's weird, because everyone calls me a white supremacist and a big Nazi and all that stuff. But no, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I just don't, unless you're an Antifa scumbag, and then you don't need to get hurt, but you need to be woken up to what you're doing. But even them, they've kind of, mellowed out. Maybe it's because they're getting arrested. Remember the guy in Portland that has all the burns on his face? I don't remember what his name is, nor do I care. He's wanted now. Yeah, he may have been arrested already, but he's wanted for stealing a phone from Andy No. Apparently, Andy No was doing 7-pound curls at Planet Fitness. I made that up. He probably was doing 2.5-pound curls. But at Planet Fitness, and then he saw this guy. He knew he was Antifa, so he pulled out his phone and starts recording it. The guy walks over and actually dumps some sort of liquid on him or something like that, and then takes his phone. And what's interesting is the Planet Fitness staff this was a couple of years ago too, but the Planet Fitness staff actually recovered his phone and banned that guy for life. And then he pressed charges and all that stuff. And apparently a grand jury just indicted this guy with like theft or felony theft or something like that. So it's pretty interesting, and of course Andy No celebrated it on Twitter, which is good. I mean, celebrate it when you get it, right? When you get a win, celebrate it. I don't think it's a win anymore, to be completely honest. I don't think it's a win. Anything. I don't think anything we do is a win. I just chalk it up to like this, now they're going to do crowdsource money. GoFundMe won't kick him off. PayPal won't kick him off. No one will kick him off. He'll be able to crowdsource all sorts of money, and he'll be good to go. John the Lefty is what some people are saying. Someone else asked, are we streaming Kyle's trial? Yep, we'll be streaming it all next week. I think jury selection begins on Monday, so we will be live. It's going to be a little bit different because we're not going to provide a lot of commentary. I say that now, but we're probably not going to provide a lot of commentary, and we're just going to kind of have the live feeds going for you. And I'll have it up on my TV here while I work, because again, I have to do everything. And here's a little thing. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, just about how stressful it is. I'm going to go back. So today, Interstate 81, it's really funny because I talked about how I almost got run off the road yesterday on Interstate 81. Well, apparently today we had a little tiny bit of rain and the interstate completely blew up. Tractor trailers were getting, hitting cars. And so they actually shut down the interstate for 4 or 5 hours today right by my house. So I had maybe 5,000 tractor trailers pass my store, see the big American flags on the front of the windows. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to put a sign up that said, we appreciate you truckers. But I didn't because I was busy working. But one of the things I wanted to get back to, so a lot of times what I do is I'm just used to listening to scanners from when I did all that stuff. So it kind of brings me back a little bit sometimes. So I had the scanner on, through the Broadcast-a-Fly, whatever. And I was listening because I saw the ambulances and fire trucks and police and, volunteers, and I saw all them screaming by. So I knew something big was going on. They didn't have enough people. They didn't have enough rescues. There was a guy trapped in a pickup truck, and they had like a 25-minute ETA to get to that guy. And if you've ever worked those kind of scenes, that's not good. So it prompted me to look into some stuff, and I did some mental searching, and I looked up my EMT license to see if it's still valid, and then turns out it expired in March of this year. But actually, to recertify just to be an EMT, because I'll never go back to the fire service, but just for the medical side of it, it's not that much work. So, I was thinking about doing that. It's just 40 hours, and then I would just have to retest for both the psychomotor and cognitive. And so I was thinking about doing it and then just volunteer on the weekends or something, because it was one of the most fulfilling jobs that I did ever, to be completely honest. And then I forgot about something, right? So I went home and I told my wife, and she's like, I think that would be a great idea, because she liked me when I did that job too, until I was towards the end and I was hiding everything from her with what was going on with the calls and my mental health and all that. But she liked the fact that, I was happy. Like I said, it was one of the most fulfilling things I ever did. You've saved lives or you lose them, and she's like, that'd be a good idea. She's like, but how are you going to get around the vaccine mandate? And I was like, fuck, because I'm still not getting vaccinated. So that kind of just ruined my whole plan there. So I'm not doing that. So what I decided to do instead is I'm just going to enter a powerlifting contest in January here in Virginia. And I'm going to cut down my weight a little bit because I think I want to drop down weight and then go for a higher weight class. I want to just get more records, and I'm getting old, so I feel like I have to. So I'm actually going to make myself go to the gym every day, which is not something I've done. I think I've been to the gym twice since we moved into this office. So I'm going to literally force myself every day to go to the gym first thing in the morning as soon as I drop my kids off. I may even start waking up early, 5 o'clock, and going to the gym in the morning, which will make it so we will go to recorded shows. And here's the thing, I'll probably do recorded shows, especially if I'm here showing the Kyle Rittenhouse cases all day long for, as long as that lasts. I'm probably going to have recorded shows at night, but you'll always get a show, always. So, but yeah, that's what that's probably what I'm going to do. And just get back into it so that there's a state level powerlifting match. And then if I qualify with the class 1 total, which surprisingly is super low, I don't know if they dropped it because of COVID, but if I qualify with a class 1 total, I have the choice to go, because you guys know 2 years ago I was in Ireland competing in the Worlds. This year there's 2 different ones. They have one in Brisbane, Australia, which obviously I'm not vaccinated, so I can't go to. And they have one in Russia, and I'm not vaccinated, so I can't go there either. So I may just have to do the natural, the state ones, but whatever. But I'm going to do it because I like it. It keeps me healthy. Keeps me healthy. You guys want to see the store real quick? I'll put this video up so you guys could see it because I didn't show it before. And, right, some of you saw it. Hold on. Put it over here and go full screen on it. But yeah, here. Now you can see let me show you this. let me show you this. This is the inside of the store now. This was a couple of weeks. Someone said lifting that much weight doesn't cause a major strain on your body. No, because you do it right. If you do it wrong, yeah, you get hurt as fuck. But I slipped discs. I torn muscles. Tore my rotator benching. You can get hurt, man. You can get hurt, but you just got to be safe. Anyway, here's this video. I'll be back in a second. I'm not going anywhere. Not yet. Where's the sound? Come on. Yeah. So that's the store. So I'll probably, put up the new shirts tomorrow so I could take better pictures when I do them. But yeah, it's pretty good. We'll be doing something in the next couple of weeks where we make limited store hours. So if you actually place an order online, you can schedule pickup and you can come and meet me or whatever, see the store, buy some more shit, whatever you want to do. But we're not going to be open to the public. And if you saw there, may have to record it again because I don't like to show it, but there was a little something on my desk. We are a 2A. I mean, you can expect that you're going to see it if you come into the store. You're going to see one of them on somebody, but yeah, we're a Second Amendment company, so we got them around. So you can't be afraid of that. But yeah, so what is this? I just got an email from someone. This is interesting. Trying to open an email. It's not opening up easily. State federal law enforcement investigate explosive devices found on 3 towboats in Ohio River in West Virginia. A 4th bomb-like device has been found on a towboat on the Ohio River, although police remain mum on how many of the devices have actually been active. The latest device was found on a tugboat late Tuesday while it was moving barges carrying fuel from Marathon Oil near Muskegon Island. The first device was found on a barge in the Ohio River near St. Mary's, West Virginia. Police said it was neutralized by the state police bomb squad and removed. 2 more devices were found on another barge on Monday night, this time near Williamstown, West Virginia. The incident shut down part of the Ohio River for about 5 hours from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. West Virginia State Police continue to investigate with the help of the Coast Guard, FBI, and ATF. Those agencies have called on the public to beware of any activities they witness along the river. Damn, Daniel. That's pretty crazy. You guys also hear there's an active threat. They haven't said much about it, but there's an active threat in at malls in Northern Virginia. I don't know if it's over the weekend or when it is. But the FBI has just issued a threat, and it was on our local news today, saying that they have a credible threat that a mall here in America, or in my area, well, granted, we don't have malls in this town. We don't even have malls within 30 miles. But apparently there's an active threat. They haven't really said much about it. There was a press conference where they didn't say much about it because they're like, well, we're investigating. We're going to add more police officers. We're going to do more patrols. We're going to do everything, but it's going to go crazy. Someone said it's through Halloween, April said. Gotcha. But that was West Virginia, not Virginia, with those bombs, too. Or those, yeah, well, I mean, they're confirmed bombs, explosives. Did I see the article I sent on the threats to the Rittenhouse judge? No, I didn't. Someone said thanks for the email assist. Yeah, I try not to say people's names online. I don't think I said your name, but thank you for the email. I said thank you. I said I just got an email. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway. Were the bombs? No, the bombs were probably from people that are pissed off about oil. Because they were barges, right? Oil barges. Someone said breaking. Yeah, but now someone is in the chat on Citizen Stringer saying it's an ISIS terror threat. I don't think it was ISIS. I just heard there was a credible threat. I don't think I heard any international ones. April, was there any connection to international things there? I just got another email from one of our viewers, Kate, talking about the Rutgers professor. Yeah, we talked about that. No, she didn't only call white people villains. I tweeted about it. You know, that Rutgers professor. I talked about it yesterday. I don't really want to repeat myself too much, but yeah, it's crazy. Brienne said, I want your hoodie. Well, just make sure you check, because you'll have a choice. I only got 48 of these designs, but I have to go through, because I have 18 boxes of shirts and sweatshirts and T-shirts and all that stuff. So I have to go through all those tomorrow, get them organized. I got to take all the shirts for the November mystery boxes, because I'm going to print those. In those boxes, the second I get the coins, I'm going to ship them. So everybody's going to get those. Those are for the November. All the October boxes are shipping tomorrow. Every single one that has an outstanding box will get a shipping notification for tomorrow. But that they'll all go. All the other little orders that we have will be squared away for this weekend, this too. And then what I'm going to do is do a reaccounting of what I have for shirts. And if I get all that stuff done by tomorrow, then I will put up and say, okay, I've got 48 Let's Go Brandons. You choose what size sweatshirt you want if you want a sweatshirt. Just keep in mind, if I do the sweatshirts, like it's still, I haven't washed it since I printed it, so it's still, well, like that. I'm tired. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yeah, if you do if you get the sweatshirts, you're not going to have anything on the sleeves. If you get a T-shirt, you'll have Pure Truth apparel flag on your sleeve, pretty much. And I have multiple colors too. So I got black, I've got like an army green, I believe. I've got like a tan one, I've got blue. 4 different color choices now for T-shirts too. So we're doing things. CBS reported it as an ISIS terror warning. Oh. ISIS terror warning in Virginia. Fuck me, bro. I gotta call people and be like, don't go anywhere. Don't go to the malls. Just answer some questions. I'm gonna put a frequently asked question. I got a list of shit to do this weekend, and I'm gonna do it. Believe it. This weekend too, I'm gonna have a frequently asked question. So if you're on any of our websites, you'll be able to see like a free, or it may be on the footers of the website. I'm not sure, but it's not there yet. But I'm gonna do it, and there's gonna be a frequently asked questions that is going to incorporate every single freaking question you could possibly have about our live streaming platforms, where to download the apps and all that stuff. And then we are going to have a frequently asked questions for the store. And then we're going to have a frequently asked questions about what we do and who we are and what we aspire to do in the long run. So I'm going to get that all done. Probably by mid next week, we're going to actually have the Citizen Stringer portion. That's the whole reason why we changed the name. That little thing will be done for the web. So you'll be able to go in and see, you'll be able to submit. So like if we have a lot of internet sleuths that watch our show all the time, you'll be able to go online and submit. So there's Lori Lightfoot's holding a press conference at 3:00 on this day. And then once it does that, it's automatically going to create an event that people can go and live stream and get paid for. So it may be like $50 to go cover this, broadcast, or hey, there's a backup, like kind of like Stringer, but it's all going to be on the web first. We'll build it out later. CBS Heritage, someone said. So Sources tell CBS News the warning of a potential threat against malls and shopping centers located just outside Washington, D.C. originated with ISIS. Fuck me, bro. Excuse my language. That just gave me the willies. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, we've been going back and forth with idiots, and now they're trying to say that Lincoln Project, that they're conservatives. They are not conservatives. They're about as conservative as Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. They are not conservatives. They don't hold conservative values, and they definitely don't hold any conservative, they're not conservatives. And they're trying to say, aren't they a Republican group, trying to pretend like they're not? These people were Democrats. We have already ID'd the people that were at this rally today. So stupid. I'm starting to just hate people. Is that wrong? To have like a hatred for some people? I'm starting to now. I'm just like, what the hell? You can't even make this shit up. They're just nutty. They're just nutty people. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to probably wrap for the night. I appreciate all you guys for being here and watching this. This video will be available on demand at some point tonight on citizenstringer.tv for everyone for free. It's also on YouTube and all that bullshit. Once I get caught up on everything with the store, then I will try to figure out something special to do for all the Citizen Stringer folks. Our new app is out for Citizen Stringer, so if you have a membership there, or even if you don't have a membership, you can download our Citizen Stringer TV app on Android and iTunes. You could also watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all that shit that's down there. But our new app is really cool because if you do have a membership, you can live chat with the people that live chat on citizenstringer.com, and it actually works. So you could communicate back and forth. So you no longer have to have like one phone for this, one phone for that. No, you can do it all on one. The video will play in the back. So if you're a truck driver and you want to listen to like our 24-hour channel, for 24 hours while you're driving, you could shut off your phone or use other shit on your phone and still listen to our beautiful voices all day long. So those are some of the major features that we actually really, really wanted. And the other developer was like, no, we can't do it. We can't do it. Well, actually what they said is, yeah, we could do it. We could do it. Pay us and we'll get it done. And once we paid them, they're like, yeah, we can't do that till fiscal quarter 3 of 2022. And I'm like, oh no, we got a problem. So, but yeah, we got this, it's the same app. It's just redeveloped now. So you could see Citizen Stringer TV. Download that from Google and iTunes. And again, the membership's super cheap, $12 a month. I prefer that you don't contribute through social media, but if you're going to, just sign up on citizenstringer.com. And I'll put a link up there if you want to contribute to the show and you don't want to buy shit, which is the preferred way of you contributing to the show. I'll put like something on there so you can follow a link to do it. But I would just prefer you sign up for a membership, because here's the thing. I have 874 people watching right now on social media right now. About 600 of you probably do not have a PTNN membership, or now it's called Citizen Stringer TV. Just go sign up. Even if 100 of you do, it helps us. It helps us do what we're doing. We provide real news, whether you like it or not. We're not going to cater to you. So you may get news that you don't like, or you may be like, wow, Steve's on a tear today. I'm going to turn this off before I don't want to watch him anymore. That happens, and we're super cool with it. I yell at the chat. If that's not your thing, you probably shouldn't be here. But we do real news. We do real news all the time, right? All the time. But go sign up, guys. It's the best way to support us. If you call yourself a conservative, you better have a membership for Citizen Stringer. All right? It's like plus. If you buy all these boxes and shit, now we're doing these commemorative coins. Woo! Woo! We're doing great things here, guys. And I appreciate all you guys for being here. I appreciate all you guys for watching. I appreciate everyone for sticking by. By the way, if you didn't know, this is live. It's 9/11 right now. Earlier this week, I wasn't live. I was just doing recorded shows. Next week is probably going to be recorded shows, and it's not going to be because it's going to get us unbanned on YouTube or our video scene, because that doesn't actually work. It didn't do anything. Actually, we have less traffic on our videos now than we did before, which doesn't make any sense. Except on Rumble. We're doing pretty good on Rumble. So I just really, but I'm not making any money on Rumble, so it's kind of just a waste to do it. But anyway. Mistress of the Dark Dem Lady said Steve's wants a panini. Ah, man, you may be wearing on your invite here. You know what I mean? You know, Democrat. You fucking liberal. No. I also hate paninis. If you're just tuning in and you're like, what the hell's going on? I hate paninis. I hate them. Julie said it's 6:11 here. The blah, blah, blah. Are they supposed to come out tonight, Julie? I didn't think they were coming out tonight. I figured they would counter whatever the event is tomorrow. Because I saw BCP's got an event going on tomorrow. So every one of you guys should follow the the BC Preacher on YouTube, because he's going to be live tomorrow covering a big police and firefighter, first responder, just regular old American that's out and about trying to not deal with these crazy mandates out in Oregon. He's holding a big protest tomorrow. There's going to be a big rally. We'll see if people actually show up, but I'm assuming that Antifa is going to show up to counter it because they're a bunch of commies. Well, let's not even call them commies. Let's just call them fascists, because that's what they are. Now they're jumping on the vaccination train that everyone should be vaccinated. It's crazy. But yeah, follow that. All right. So make sure you watch that. I'll be watching. I'm not going to live stream it though. You know, I'll live stream. I was thinking about even going into DC tomorrow to catch something, but then again, I'm like, for what? I'd rather just be here, get all this stuff done that I have to with the store, get all that done. Because even going into DC, if I make $100 live stream, it's not worth it. It doesn't make the sense. I'd rather just sit here. I'd rather provide that opportunity to someone else and do it. Someone said he's trying to build his backup channel. Well, I think it's the BC Preacher on YouTube. I think that's what it is. The BC Preacher. Because I saw that. I thought he didn't have a lot of views. I think it's the BC Preacher on YouTube. But yeah, there's no bad blood between us, even though people tried to say it was. There's no bad blood. So I definitely suggest you follow him if you haven't already, because he does live stream. Hold on, I'm just checking something real quick. I'll even put his link in the chat if I find it. I don't know what his backup channel is. He's got like 5 million channels, so I don't know which one it is. Oh, so this is his backup. Got it. All right, so here's his backup. Everyone can go follow it. It's in the chat right now. But yeah, because he's out there on the streets. I'm not out there right now. He's out on the streets. So cover him. You know, and we'll recap. You know, if crazy shit happens, you know, maybe I'll come in and do a half an hour tomorrow night. We'll recap what happens in Oregon. We'll recap what happens in New York. I think New York may have some protests planned. I think they had protests yesterday. They had protests today. They had a huge one on Monday. So they may do it. Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, thank you, Ivy, for saying sweet store. Yeah, it is pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. Matter of fact, I'll play that video again on the way out, and because it is awesome. And then just so you guys can see, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but this shit is hard, bro. This shit, doing what I do now is hard. So buy something from our store, guys. Visit puretruthclothing.com, buy a shirt, buy something. We'll get it out to you as soon as we can. It's the best way to support us. See you later. We'll see you if not this weekend, we'll see you on Monday. I believe that's when the Rittenhouse trial starts. I got a feeling I'm going to end up going live tomorrow. I got a feeling something bad's going to happen tomorrow, and I'll end up having to go live with news. I hope not. I freaking hope not, but I feel it. It's like in my gut. Let's hope not. Anyway, here's the video of the store again for all of you that didn't get to see it, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to Wake Up America with Stephen Oatley, unapologetically American and unapologetically honest. Join us each night at 8 p.m. for more daily headlines, politics, and social issues, covering the headlines that mainstream media ignores. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review the show. See more on the website at citizenstringer.com. And we'll see you tomorrow on Wake Up America.
Over the day.